But yeah, like, speaking of Fire Capital, that is actually absolutely the one stage you do not want Clover to go to if you're Goljee. Just saying that right now. Don't let the Forsburn smoke camp you on that stage, or even just put so much smoke out on that stage to begin with, but we'll worry about that later when we get the counter picks. Goljee Delta is your starter stage for game #1 for winners finals.
I like the pick. You know what? It's just that nice classic, keep the stage nice and even. It doesn't give the platforms too far out, making it easier for that force to go ahead and recover, but at the same time, you're keeping it long enough to where you aren't always having to bat the knife.
Indeed. And I like the edge guard idea there by Goljee, trying to sneak out that first stock quickly off of Clover. Right now, good weight there by Goljee, making sure not to get hit by that clone. Clover's swinging. Not gonna be able to find the sour spot fair into the sweet spot.
Goljee has been playing pretty aggressive off stage, and you cannot blame them. All right, you got to make sure that at all times you are trying to take out that Forsburn stock, because if you don't, then all of a sudden Clover's going to be living for a long time, and we saw what happens when you let them live. They just snatch up your stock through your pure will and force.
Yeah, not to mention, Absa has the recovery tools to be able to make that edge guard and make it back, as long as you're keeping in mind, like, hey, what resources do I have? What have I already used? And Cloud Hop may not be it may not send you as far as it did like in Rivals 1, but it's still a good recovery option to keep in mind, and a good option to just set up into edge guards as well.
All right, look at that, the down air into the quick little down smash. Good 2-piece for damage, and now so much smoke. Gonna become a bit of a problem as Absa, as you said earlier, really struggles to clear out smoke. Now that right side fully overtaken. Absa trying to get in, Goljee finding the pressure, but Clover just going ahead, making sure that, hey, I don't give up too much ground to bear. Now, off stage, can we get this locked and loaded for the kill here? No. Absa having the answers.
Clover's just trying to, you know, poke and prod again, poke and prod, trying to find that opening. He's gonna go ahead and get it. Empowered Smoke online once again. What option are we gonna see? That Super Clone is coming out here, and here we go. This is exactly what I meant.
Super Clone actually not doing too much. I mean, normally you got to be afraid of that Super Clone, but in this case, it kind of got the explosion, got the cloud and everything, but not too much after that. Still up a full stock here, completely lapped in percentage. This is really good for Clover. Can we go ahead and keep this stock just a little bit longer as the Absa puts out the pressure?
Yeah, F-tilt into that sweet spot fair. Gonna go ahead and do it for Goljee. Just a little bit down, but certainly not out yet. And here we go, tech chasing coming in. Gonna get a narrow, not gonna get too much after that. Clover trying to parry the cloud with Goljee, stopping it short of where Clover is. Back air, still not gonna do it just yet for this hyena.
Alrighty.
And this time around, Clover is gonna look for that combust.
Clover is fiending for that kill. You can see it. And now Goljee more of the same, also fiending on the hunt here. Can we get it? No, not quite. We get the back throw though. Reset for it. Clear out some of that smoke. And look at that. The cloud pop, the down air, the coverage and the awareness. I think the bigger compliment to be had here is just the recognition that, hey, I got the cloud pop and it's not sending out. It is sending directly to me. Let me get the pickup. I've laid it up for myself. Finish it out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunate that Clover missed those techs there, and we're just going to Julesville for game #2. Interesting to see. The immediate cloud parry off of Clover to start things off.
I mean, as you should, you know, if you have the call that they're going to go aggressive and quickly, as often Absa tends to do, might as well go ahead and send it, right? Up there,
yeah.
though. Setting up for some good tech chase potential. I love that that get up right there, just going ahead and saying, hey, I missed the tech, but I know that Clover has been really aggressive with these tech chases. Let me do an attack to get up here.
Opponent's out, doesn't matter. Goljee finding the correct Forsburn there. Clover tried to be a tad bit tricky there. Goljee catching on for like a split second. Smoke is out, but Smoke not that much left on the stage. Goes up these zips, clearing quite a lot of it. And yeah, what a position to set Cloud up in.
Yeah, you just go ahead and set yourself on the ledge. Say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and ledge hog you if you come directly to the ledge, but at the same time, this time I'm not hitting the bait and switch where I'm the one charging up. I got the Cloud charging up. You're done for. Now getting mad aggressive off stage again, and you can't blame her. You know what? That's where you've been finding the success. Better send it, right?
Absolutely. Not to mention that, again, like, one of the biggest things that Forsburn got taken away from Forsburn's recovery was the ability to teleport into smoke twice. So once you catch that hyena off stage once and they teleport and you catch them again, that's the stock. And Goljee's doing a great job of making these edge guards count. And this time, Clover finding the tech. He not gonna set up into much else there. And tries to read the roll. Alright.
You know, sometimes you're feeling it. Sometimes you're feeling it and you send it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Either way, we're moving on here. We got some pressure going. Look at that Cloud positioning too. I love that idea. Didn't quite get the stock there, but the ledge hog gonna be able to finish the job.
Gets the spot dodge off the gate, but Clover ready with the run-up grab. Strong. Not gonna do too much. Oh, good parry. Not quite it just yet from Clover with this advantage. Going pretty well for him. Goljee trying to figure out how to respond here.
Honestly, Goljee doing a fairly good job, and I think a big part of that is just the capability that he has had to clear out the smoke and everything, right? Where normally Absa might struggle, it's just felt like whether through the sheer force of aggression coming from Goljee, not allowing for Clover to land as much smoke on the stage, or the capability that Goljee has shown to clear it out, there hasn't been a lot of smoke, and that is allowing for that kill right there, right?
Yeah. Good job on Goljee to just say, hey, I'm either gonna guess right or guess wrong. He ends up winning that 50-50 and goes up 2-0. Now, if you're Clover, I'm trying to think what stage would be good for Clover here. I mean, now's a good time for Fire Capital to be picked, but Goljee not gonna ban it, and Clover just opting to go back to Julesville. Interesting.
I think maybe the idea is making sure that you have the platforms there more often for your recovery to mix it up. Where Fire Capital, you typically aren't going to be able to go as high to get those platforms, at least not without making it clear that that is your calculated position, Goljee, to go ahead and cover.
Yeah, I can see it. Speaking of which, alright, the single Cloud on stage gone, and good tech. No, unfortunately for Clover, Goljee ending up on that high plat, not able to find too much off of it, and that's Clover's stock in return. But also the other thing to keep in mind when you're on Julesville is that this stage is like, it's a pseudo FD stage. And if you're a fire character, if that moving platform, that middle moving platform is not on the side that you want it to be, it can be consequential. He tries to get the low, not gonna get it, and oh, good awareness to just TP past that ledge and get the stock.
And that allowed for the kill on top of that, just the quick aggro movement there to go straight up and call it a day, allowing for the kill. Love that. Now at this point, got a little bit of ground to make up though. 16% is a bit of a hefty call for Forsburn to get through.
Smoke out on stage. Clover able to follow the movement that Goljee is going on that up special. But Clover sent off stage. Oh, Ford strong. Gets hit by Thunderline, not gonna kill just yet.
Locked
There
out
to
that.
cover.
Dude, that platform control was so good by Goljee there. I love that. Now at this point, getting a further extension too, looking for the cloud. I mean, you might as well send it on the off chance it works, and if it does, you get the kill. Now at this point though, 132 to 79. Forsburn living a little bit long here. Absa not always having the most kill power if you don't get the precise hit.
Yeah, reverse hit there, gonna head and do it for Clover. Goljee has to find this kill soon. You don't want to let this Forsburn live at 148%. You especially don't want this Forsburn to have super clone out. Doesn't matter. Goljee guessing right again. Even stocks, but Goljee has to be careful here. One interaction and that can do it, or maybe two. Either way, Clover's the one that's got stage control right now for the time being. And Forsburn not gonna do it yet. Goljee with amazing DI once again. Puts the bomb on himself to make sure Clover doesn't try to challenge him. And Combust just gonna let it rip to get on the board.
I mean, you know what? Sometimes you're packing a bomb with the Combust and you just gotta let it rip. I will say, I love that idea from Goljee, saying, hey, I'm getting a lot of pressure at this ledge here. I really want to try to hold on stock as long as I can. So let me go ahead and just pop the bomb on myself to make it scary to challenge me here. Really good idea that you don't always see implemented just because of the risk reward of it, right? You can always go ahead and, as the opponent, parry it and cause some big problems for the Absa player, but every now and again, you pop it as a surprise and it makes them think twice.
And now, game number 4 going to Aetherian Forest. So far, things looking good for Clover. I was just chilling in the corner there for Goljee. Probably wants to set something up into it. Maybe, we may never know. Never mind, resets it with the side special. Goljee almost dead here.
The grab. Oh my lord, the follow-up. Recognizing that Goljee was going to get a little bit aggressive with that DI, try to go ahead and take the stage control automatically and punishing him for that. Beautiful job right there. Now Clover continuing the aggression here. This is some of that Forsburn action that you expect to see at that higher level, right? That cape, you just pull him back in and reset every single time. It's egregious.
Clover almost having the kill there after getting that parry on Cloud, but Goljee gonna punish him for not getting that kill. Sitting at 108%, and yeah, there it is. Classic down tilt into back air. Super Clone is out once more.
Alright, got the grab with the static electricity running. Could go ahead and get the cloud sticky, you know, that backpack, baby. Right now, though, just a little bit of spaghetti going on, and now we get the clone on just for a little bit of smoke.
Strong 2 not gonna kill just yet for Clover. Goljee trying to hold on to this last stock. You don't want to get reverse Leo. Parry and hard drift back to ledge to make sure not to get caught by that down strong. Goljee's like, okay, I need to make sure that these cloud placements are going to be undershoots or overshoots, but it's not going to matter. Game number 5 once again.
Man, despite such a dominant lead with that 2-0, all of a sudden Clover on deck to get the reverse 3-0. What do you think has been the biggest shift inside of Clover's play to be able to bring it back to the even game?
I think Clover is realizing, what do I have to fear from just letting Goljee put Cloud on my shield, right? Because we've been seeing a lot more parries on Cloud getting put out, and they've been paying off dearly for Clover. Not to mention, he's like also starting to just poke and be a tad bit more aggressive to just kind of match that aggression that Goljee has.
Well, hey, at that point, Rockwall might not be the pick. If the answer has been just accepting that we're going to have an aggressive game, this is one of those stages where you expect to see some mad aggression and mad combo games. Already, 94 to 68%, some good damage coming through here. Gets the clone for the back air, and now off stage. I love the positioning, but you know what? We floor hugged that up B just to allow for us to get the follow-up with the kick.
Again, oh yeah, here we go. Forced to pop that super cone to get smoke out. Clover managing to sneak back on. Beautiful recovery. Recovering on Forsburn is probably one of the main things that if you're somebody looking to play Forsburn, you have to get used to it, right? Because like I mentioned earlier, you have one less teleport into smoke to work around. Plus you just have to make sure that you're using like smoke to mix things up, when you're pulling out side special to get to the wall as well.
Yeah, you have to have it on lock, otherwise you're dying so much earlier. And that's the reason why we've been seeing Clover just have this survivability, even against a character like Absa, where normally you're going to see the edge guards from Absa. We've seen so much damage come out from the edge guards from Clover, as well as the ledge trapping. It's a hard thing to deal with. We do finally get the stock here, but down a stock and at 83%, what are you supposed to do here?
I mean, if I were Goljee, I would just be trying to like shift this all to be a bit more defensive, right? But you know, he's been a pretty aggressive Absa, and then Clover started matching that aggression. He's kind of suffering for it. But it's a bit too late now to just try and go shift it to defensive, because you're at kill percent, and you have to focus on staying alive here, potentially bringing things back. Gets out of the pummel.
Alright, 109 to 51. Honestly, Goljee is starting to close a little bit of the distance, right? It took 20% to... Oh, well, never mind. I take it back. The Clover said there is no distance to be closed. I am closing the set.
One of the rare couple of times that you'll see For's up air kill, but that's just because, hey, Absa being light plus Rockwall equals, yeah, that's gonna purple on the top plat.